took a tiny break and then I ate something. I was a little hungry. So yeah, back to the questions. It's become a little dark also. So yeah, back to the questions. Athira KJ asks, my native place, it's Kolkata. Renzo asks, will you start vlogging in future? Sort of answered that. I am thinking towards that direction, though I don't know, like I don't know, I'm not expert in vlogging, though whatever vlog videos I've posted, I mean, people seem to have given positive reactions to that only. So yeah, that's the answer is yes. Avan asks, which film do you like the most in South Indian movies? Many. There are like a variety of movies. I think it also has to do with me loving almost all genres. So yeah, there are many in the list. Really cannot choose one. Sunil Nayak asks, love from Odisha. Have you been to Odisha? No, I have not. Though my parents have been to Puri. They loved it. And I also want to visit. Random guy asks such an important question. ये melody इतनी chocolatey क्यों है? क्योंकि उसमें chocolate है. That's why, na? I mean, logically speaking. Crazy Ikros asks, my question is, what do you expect from Malayalam film industry apart from content? I don't know. Like, there is really no expectation in other areas, because as I said, like, this is something that I believe if you have really good content, and this is irrespective of whichever genre you are talking about, like in any of the genres, comedy, this and that, and a good director, I think all other expectations get met eventually, because I have rarely come across a film which is not good technically. Like there have been films in which the story is not that strong, but it is technically very strong. Like the sound design is great, the lighting is great, cinematography, all of that is great. But then the story fails. So I think my first expectation is always going to be the content. Hi Ashmita says, I'm from Kerala. In Kerala, which place is your favorite? Munnar. I mean, I would visit Munnar repeatedly. I love that place. I absolutely fell in love with that. I mean, I have not visited the whole of Kerala, but whichever places I have been, Munnar has been my favorite. John Jeffer asks, little personal, is it your husband or your decision to not show him on your videos? I want him on my videos, but it's his decision, and he honestly does not have the time. Like he becomes very tired after coming from office, and in weekend also, like I don't record any videos on weekends, because that's the only time where I can, you know, spend with him, go out, chill with friends, spend some more time with family. So yeah, and rest of the week he's in office, so anyway he can't be in the video. Puzzle P asks, what inspires you to move on when things are not going well? What is or are the things that you consider worth living for? Wow, what a question. Like, wow, I love this question so much. And I think when things are not going well, I feel I am somewhere in middle, because initially when I analyze myself, I used to be a person who couldn't let go. Like who would really focus on the negative aspect or the negative side. But when I came into my job, and I was in retail and in the front end, and honestly there have been instances where customer walks in and they yell at the top of their voices, where, you know, publicly there's this whole public humiliation that happens, or, you know, somebody calling you and they're not happy with the product and they're yelling and yelling and yelling, and that's when you realize, like, that's where your self-respect gets really hurt. But you can't do anything, because in retail and marketing, you know, customer is the king. That's what we have always been taught, right? So I feel those were the moments where I realized that, you know, those were not, you know, low moments or anything, but I think I developed a certain kind of willpower from those moments, that you really sometimes have to be strong mentally and let go of things. Like you can't, you know, if a customer comes and shouts at you, you can't really hold that grudge for long. You have to move on. So even though it has nothing to do with something bad happening in my life, but those were the instances I feel that really taught me to handle you know, bad things on face, like maybe negativity or negative vibes, and deal with them. So there is nothing really inspirational when it comes to dealing with bad situations and moving on. I feel it's more like a learning that I got from my previous job, from my corporate job, that helped me deal with bad situations, you know, head on. And the second part of your question, that things that are worth living for firstly is yourself, your own self. And this took me so long to realize, like literally loving my own self. Initially, I used to think that it's a selfish thing to think about yourself. You need to think about others and all of that. So, no, I am at a place where I have to first prioritize myself. So, I am worth living for, firstly, and then my family, and then, of course, my, close friends. But the number one thing that is worth living for is me, myself. In Jab We Met, Kareena Kapoor had this dialogue, "Main apni favorite hu." That time I never realized the worth of that dialogue. But now at this point, I really realize it that no, you have to be your own favorite to really enjoy life. If you cannot be, make yourself happy, you can't make others happy. So yeah, I feel I am myself worth living for. Bhadra Balan has requested me to interview Karik. My God, the day I get to interview Karik, I mean, I thought I'm going to feel that it's one of the biggest achievements that I have done. So hopefully, like I said, so when I talked about the future direction of the channel, yes, I talked about getting people and interviews. So yeah, Karik team is definitely on the list. Ritik asks, I know it's gonna be hella difficult for you, but will you prefer Delhi street food or Mumbai street food? It's not difficult. I will prefer Delhi street food. Like, in terms of food, I think I already answered this when somebody asked me to compare Delhi and Mumbai. So food wise, yeah, and if not either, Kolkata street food is the best. Yes. Language learning lover official. Wow, बढ़िया यूजर नेम है. So this person is asking, मैं बस ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि आपने हिप हॉप सुनना कब से शुरू किया. एंड मैंने हिप हॉप सुनना शुरू किया बेसिकली ब्रदर वी से. इंडियन हिप हॉप की बात कर रही हूँ. समबडी आस्क्ड मी टू रिएक्ट टू ब्रदर वी एंड मुझे बहुत ही अच्छे लगे वो आर्टिस्ट. एंड ब्रदर वी के बाद देन मुझे पता चला कि ओके कृष्णा नाम के भी कोई है. देन कृष्णा से मुझे एमी के बारे में पता चला. तो ऐसे करते 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 अब जैसे रफ्तार के बारे में मुझे पहले से पता था, बट मैंने कभी सुना नहीं उसके गाने. मतलब जो हार्डकोर हिप हॉप गाने, आई नेवर लिसन टू देम. मुझे उसके कमर्शियल गाने पता थे. आई न्यू रफ्तार रोडीज में आते हैं तो, बट कभी गाने नहीं सुने. तो ऑल थैंक्स टू ब्रदर वी. Because of him only I got into Desi hip hop. So welcome home says, wow, your last session was at 20k. Yeah, correct. Now it is 100k. Thank you so much. When you come to Kerala at any time, we will coordinate a program for you. We know you will come. Let's know about your opinion. How would it be like, just for fun? Even why would you coordinate a program? I'm not some celebrity, guys. Like, really, it's like if I come, it's just gonna, like, I'm gonna be chilling with, like, we have to find a place where we can really chill and talk. And really, just have, like, make a nice group, and like we need a big space for that, and we can just chill and talk, and you guys can teach me a couple of Malayalam lines and slangs so I know, but just basic conversational Malayalam. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So don't have to really coordinate or organize anything. I think you guys need to just fix up a I'm saying venue, not menu, a venue where we can just chill and hang out. Heidi Sense asks, talk a bit about yourself, your family, your inspiration, your journey so far. So I think I've talked about a lot of things in bits and pieces, but well, something that you might or might not know, I really like to sketch. I used to sketch a lot, draw a lot. That's a hobby. So there are so many hobbies that I left after I started my job. Now I've gotten back to dancing. I don't really have time to sketch. I have to get back again to my habit of reading. There's so many novels. So for that, I've bought like I have a bunch of novels and I really want to finish them. So at least if I buy, I know I will read them now. So, but initially I used to read so much. So these are the kind of things that I, lost touch with. I don't know if I'll ever sketch again, but at least the dancing bit I am doing. I'm very happy to just dance again. Then my inspiration, I think a lot of people at different stages inspire me. My family has been a huge inspiration, specifically my father. Like I have seen him do so much for my family and never expecting anything in return. I think that's a huge quality to have in a person. Because the world has become very, very selfish. Like it's always a give and take or a barter or but I've seen Dad help people, and he still does till date. He helps people without asking anything in return. Like people just call him, oh, can you help me? Can you show up here? And he just does it, and not in a pushover kind of way, but people remember that, and they that good karma really comes back to our family, and I've seen that happen. My husband inspires me a lot. He's one of the things that I still wish to learn from is how to be very, very level-headed uh, when when somebody is trying to trigger you or trigger your anger. I feel he's the kind of person who will probably be very angry or sad at a situation, but it'll never show on his face. He also knows how to handle stress so well, so well. It really inspires me because when I feel stressed out, I think of him and I'm like, he's more stressed out, but look how well he's handling it. So what are you doing? What are you crying about? Just karo apna kaam. This is how I take inspiration. Danny says you've been titled Queen of Hearts of Malayalam industry. How am I queen? I'm not even part of the industry. How am I Queen of Hearts? Danny, now I have asked you a question. You have to answer in the comments below. I'll wait for your reply there. Rubicon X asked 3 rappers who inspire you the most from DHH. I would say now the first one is definitely Karma. I think it has to do with because I actually saw his documentary and like his life and how he came up. So the first person that comes in my mind is for sure Vivek Karma. So that's the first guy. Second, I would say these I don't know all the rappers, but the ones that I know and whose life story you guys have told me, I would definitely put Krishna also in that list because he has had a huge journey. A lot of ups and downs, and I feel all the rappers that are there in the scene, they've had their fair share of struggle. Even Divine, for that matter, he literally came up from the slums. So yeah, these are proper, like Divine's case is also like rags to riches story. Look where he is right now, doing so well for himself. So yeah, I think the first 3 names that come in my mind, are Karma, Krishna, and Divine. Yeah. Ritik asks, if Ashmita have to make a hardcore rap song, which artist will you choose to feature with? Ooh. I think Brother V, because of him I got introduced to DHH, so it has to be Brother V. Dilon X Rap asks, how you realize that you love your family so much? Oh, are you okay? I mean, emotional. See, for me, I think, of course, we tend to take our families for granted, na? And I think जब कोई ऐसा incident होता है कि जहाँ पे suddenly आपको लगता है कि कोई आपके साथ नहीं खड़ा है, that's where your family comes in and they are standing by you. So there was a really bad event which happened in my life, like really like traumatizing event. It happened when I was 16. It's a very triggering event. So you guys should know there was an auto driver involved in that. So yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say. And I was traumatized and I did not know whom I should approach. I did not know because I was in so much shock. I did not know what to react, how to react, and I was coming back from my tuitions. So I was like, chup rehte hai. Then I went home. मैं एकदम चुप थी, and I went home and I sat. I had my dinner and all, and nobody really talked to me at that. I was like, I'll have my dinner, and I was really avoiding my family's gaze. And then after dinner, we were just watching a little bit of TV, and my mom came in and sat beside me, and she just held my shoulder and she asked, what happened? That's all she asked. Kya hua? Ki holo in Bengali. Ki holo. I bursted out crying. Like I did not know what happened to me. I was like crying and crying and crying and crying. That's when I realized, like, the family knows. The family knows. They will just know that you're going through something. And oh my God, I think that's when I realized how much I need them, how much I should not take them for granted, because if some fuck up happens, it's gonna be them who are gonna save my ass. So yeah, that's probably that's the incident where I realized I love my family so much. Kohat Sanan K ask, last song added to your playlist. The last song right now that I'm shooting got added to my playlist is a song from KGF Chapter 2, Gaganani, that I added like literally yesterday. Deepak Vishwakam asks, why don't you react to various artists like Bol Jani, Shamun Ismail? They have very melodious touch in their songs. You should try once too. In fact, Joke has many songs with them. Yes, I like Bol Jani. Like I've literally, when I reacted to Joke's album, I loved Bol Jani there. And I will, it's like, why don't you react to them? It's not like, why don't I react to them? It's like how there are many artists that, yeah, will take some time to, cover more ground, because it's not just music videos that I react to, or my channel is not very genre specific. There are movies, series, or trailers, music videos, the reviews, so many things. So I really have to pick and choose. That's why I have not gotten to these artists till now. Swagat asks, how is your journey? How do you manage to achieve this? What hurdles you have to overcome to be in this place? First thing is though, getting over that mental block that your salary is going to be not there. I think planning is important, because it's not just me independently who is doing this. I mean, I'm running a household, so we had to do proper budgeting and see the financial feasibility that if one salary gets cut, are things going to run smoothly, and how it is going to affect your savings and so many things. So after that only we were like, okay, maybe you can do this full time and you can start, and yeah, then do a feasibility. So the beginning of the journey was planning and having the guts to actually leave your job. So I think those two would be the first things. And how I managed, I don't know if I alone managed. It's because of the viewership also I got. Because if it's like a two-way thing, right? If you don't get the viewership, you don't get good feedback or even constructive feedback from people who are watching your videos, then it doesn't make sense. Then you don't get the motivation to move forward. So I think the viewership gave me the motivation to move forward. And to answer the third part, like the hurdles I had to face, I think most of the hurdles are your mental blockage. Because see, things like editing and all, you will learn on your own. Like you don't have to feel scared that, oh, I don't know editing, I've never used an editing software, so how will I manage? Most of the hurdle is the mental blockage, because it's scary, when you're putting a video out, it's like a public platform, so you should be ready to face the negative comments. I think that's the only mental block that you have to the hurdle ke mamle mein, I would say that's the only hurdle that you have to manage, that you shouldn't get affected by the negative comments that much. Question, would you do more hip-hop reaction content and going to the more deeper underground side of Desi hip-hop? Will you target only hip-hop audience? Are you going to go full-time in this? My channel is not hip-hop based. Hip-hop is just a part of the reactions that I do because I enjoy it. Imagine, like, I am investing my own time, and for me, my own time is also very precious. So if I wouldn't have gotten deeper into hip hop if I did not enjoy it initially. Like when I was introduced to Brother V, then Krishna, I was like, oh wow, this is cool. I never knew that, this hip hop scene is so amazing. And the kind of lyrics and all of that, I think I was missing good lyrics. That's why hip hop really pulled me. But it's not like a hip hop dedicated channel. So it's always going to be like a part of my reactions, not the whole thing. Anu asks, favorite movie, any language? Many. I can't choose. This is a question I cannot answer, honestly. Favorite actor, male and female? Wow. Again, too many. But okay, Fahad Fasil, number one. Hands down, he beats everybody. I love Rajkumar Rao, Ayushman, Shah Rukh Khan, Dulquer, so many, my god, there's so many. Female also so many, like Kajol, love Rani Mukherjee. I mean, I wish she does more movies, but I miss her. I really love Rani Mukherjee. Parvati, I really love her. Nimisha Sajan has been added to my favorite female actors list. So after The Great Indian Kitchen and the consequent films that she did. Favorite director, again, multiple favorites. There's too many. Anu, there are too many. Like really, it's a very difficult question. The fourth one you asked is like an underrated movie according to you. Again, there are so many underrated movies, but I would say there is a movie which I saw. I was in school that time. It had a really famous TV actor, Rajiv Khandelwal. The movie is called Amir. I really love that film, and it's extremely underrated, I feel. There is also another movie, Hindi film, Shanghai. I love that film. Superbly underrated. And the third one, I would say, so underrated. I feel so bad for saying this. Bhavesh Joshi Superhero. So yes, I would. These are the three films that are just. There are many, but just looking at your question, these are the films that are coming in my mind. Pawan Ramachandra asked, I guess this question may be a little premature, but given a choice, would you like to go back to Mumbai or continue here in Delhi? Hypothetically, I'm enjoying my time here. Given an opportunity to go to Mumbai, I will definitely go. That's like, because that place is so familiar to me, why wouldn't I want to go? But if I'm here right now and not given a choice that no, you can never go back to Mumbai now, you have to stay in Delhi, it's all cool, all chill, because I'm having a good time here. MHR, suppose you are given to remake and direct a Malayalam movie in Bollywood, which film you would choose? Ooh, nice question. Let me think about it a little. I would love to direct a movie like Charlie. I mean, that would be really nice. I mean, because the kind of movie Charlie is, it's so fitting. Like, it'll resonate with a lot of masses, and it's so colorful and beautiful. It's fitting. If I have to remake something from Malayalam film industry into Bollywood, and if it's my first film, I would choose Charlie. Shots from Arjun ask, which is the first Malayalam movie that you saw? It was Forensic. That was my first film. And the second question is, which film made you watch more and more Malayalam movies? Ooh, I think so. After Forensic, Netflix released Capella. I love that movie, and then somebody suggested me to watch Ishq. But I think when I went into the rabbit hole was when I watched Kumbalangi Nights. It was Kumbalangi Nights that really triggered me that, oh my god, I need to explore more movies from this industry. That was like the triggering point, I would say. Govind asks, for your next Kerala trip, where are you planning to come? I don't know, but I wanna go back to Munnar again. I really love that place. Abhinav Anand asks a very interesting question. I really like this question. Many a times I feel that MC Stan's lyrics are too misogynistic by nature. As a woman creator, doesn't it make you feel uncomfortable? Because it does that to me. Really nice question, Abhinav. And I think when I got introduced to DHH, initially when I encountered the uncomfortable lyrics, I used to say that, oh, these lyrics are making me a little bit uncomfortable. But a lot of people at that point of time said that, okay, this is how the genre is and all of that. Though it's like, it goes both ways. The argument can go both ways, where one says that nay, in hip hop, it's very raw, so people will do cussing and all. It's just all part of the hip hop culture. But then I have also listened to songs where there's no cussing and it's all emotion and, penning down your actual very raw emotion and thoughts without any cussing. So we have both ends of the spectrum, and as a viewer you get to choose and decide what you want to listen to and what you don't want to listen to. For me, MC Stan, I feel that whenever I listen to a hip-hop artist, I always try to see that artist's point of view. Initially, when I listen to Insan, when I did the Insan album reaction, I felt that there were certain lyrics where I was like, okay, what is this? Why is he blaming the girl for everything? At one point of time, I was like, why is he blaming the girl for everything? And I said that in the video also, that maybe he has grown up in an environment where he has only seen these kind of things. You make your opinions based out of things that you experience in life. So maybe Stan has experienced all of these things, and that's why he's writing these lyrics. So we are at a position where we can either accept it or reject it as an audience. For me, I feel I have to be extremely neutral as a reactor or as a reviewer, where I have to really put myself in that person's shoes and then try and understand the song or the movie or whatever it is. Maybe or may not be, it might not align with my own views. Abhishek Singh is asking, who is your current and all-time favorite rapper? Curious to know. I like a lot of rappers. I love Youngsters. I love Krishna. I love Brodhavi. I think my all-time favorite, I would always put Brodhavi at a very high pedestal, because he introduced me to DHH. So it's because of him that I got interested. So I think in all-time favorite, I will always keep Brodhavi as my all-time favorite. Gaming Jockey, which industry do you think is the best industry and the favorite film of that industry? There is nothing called as the best industry. All industries are doing their best to produce movies and content, but right now the most affinity towards which industry I have currently is the Malayalam film industry, and I cannot choose a favorite film. There are way too many favorites. Hari Krishna asks, is YT your full-time job? I have two full-time jobs. One is YT and second is taking care of the house. Vineet asks, now Bachchan Pandey is facing trouble with some religious issues stuffs and blah 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 is trending in Twitter. Okay, why the North Indian audience are still supporting remakes? Is it a remake of? It is a remake of 2014 Tamil film Jigar Thanda. I know that. Which was, yeah, it's inspired from a South Korean film, A Dirty Carnival. We have already witnessed one Indian version of this film, but now again, Bollywood is offering another. What's your genuine opinion of this remake and biopic saga happening in Bollywood now? They are making money. It's all business. I think Bollywood is already suffering huge losses. So just from a business and strategic business point of view, I would say that the remake and biopic thing is the safest bet, because in remake you already have a tried and tested movie which did well in the other industry, and you just have to mold the storyline in a way that suits your audience, like if it's made for the audience in the north or basically the masses. So my genuine opinion is that make remakes, but I think too much of anything is bad. So yeah, if it's a remake after remake after remake after remake, biopic after biopic after biopic, it gets tiresome. It gets tiresome. Like, audience wants some variety and originality. Like, imagine if throughout 2022 Bollywood is just giving me biopics. I'll be, as an audience, I'll be, holding my head and really getting angry and say, like, aren't you guys done with biopics? So I feel there needs to be a balance of everything. I'm fine with remakes and biopics as long as there is original content inflow from time to time as well. But yeah, if it's just remake and just biopic, it gets irritating and it gets very annoying. Which film industry in India do you think give you the best content in your opinion? I think at this moment for me it is the Malayalam film industry, which is giving me a lot of variety of content, just not the realistic stuff, but I'm getting the romantic stuff also, I'm getting the massy movies also. So it's been a combination of a lot of things. So I think in terms of variety, I'm definitely looking at more at the Malayalam film content. Zakir Hussain is asking, young stars interview, अरे वो मुझे टाइम भी देंगे क्या? मैं तो वो बहुत ही ऊपर है दोनों. उनका कंटेंट देख के मैं खुश हूँ. अगर कभी टाइम दे तो बहुत बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाएगी मेरे लिए. हम रजा asked such a difficult question. You like Tala Anjum more or Tala Yunus? Tell us your favorite song of YS. My favorite song is Afsane, followed by Guman. Those are my two favorite songs. Though अभी कोक स्टूडियो वाला गाना मेरा फेवरेट हो गया है, बट अफसाने इज माई ऑल टाइम फेवरेट. लाइक नथिंग हैज कम क्लोज टू दैट सॉन्ग. एंड तला, आई थिंक रैप वाइज मुझे दोनों ही बहुत पसंद है, बट आई फील द स्टाइल ऑफ रैपिंग, आई लव यूनस's स्टाइल ऑफ रैपिंग अ लॉट. एंड सारे अंजुम फैंस अब मेरे पे चिल्लाएंगे, बट कोई बात नहीं, माई ओपिनियन इज माई ओपिनियन. बट अंजुम्स वॉइस, एंड व्हेन अंजुम डज ये I am dead. Udhari matlab surrender. And anyway, young stars is like, two sides of the same coin. So एक के बिना दूसरा अधूरा है. So both of them make this duo, and both of them carry equal weightage in the group. So yes, it's always Anjum के बिना Yunus नहीं, Yunus के बिना Anjum नहीं. That's what I feel. Melody Lover asks, do you love Jeevan Stephen? Yeah, I do. He's nice, he's cute. Nona is asking, husband reveal on 1 million. 1 million हो जाएगा तो शायद आ जाएगा. Maybe. And that also I'm not confirming. Maybe. Smith Mac asked, hi, you also react with other things than hip hop. And bitter truth is hip hop fan bitter truth is that hip hop fan are a big toxic. So how do you tackle? With increasing number, do you feel burnt on your shoulder? So I feel, initially I used to feel a lot of pressure. That I answered this also in one of the questions. I said the same thing, that I used to feel extremely pressured that, oh my god, viewers are increasing, so I have to, increase my videos, or, serve every kind of viewer, because there are too many requests coming in. And then I had to take a step back and think that, I was feeling burnt out, and I was feeling that, oh, it's as good as like a corporate job where you have to meet deadlines. But then I had to, really calm myself down, and I said to myself, this is not why I started the channel. I have to go in my own pace because I'm also a human being. I cannot react to every goddamn thing which releases on this planet, and because there's too many things that gets released. So I really have to pick and choose, and the viewers can also pick and choose to watch or not watch. It's absolutely, the ball is in your court. And to answer the toxic fandom part, I feel every fandom has a toxic side. पूरा फैंडम, और जो क्या होता है ना कि जो टॉक्सिक लोग होते हैं वही ज़्यादा लाउड होते हैं. That's what I feel, that because the good part of the fandom, they will support the artist, they will stream their music, वो एक अच्छा सा comment करेंगे, and they will move on with their lives because they have other things to do in their lives, and they are not toxic because they are busy with their lives, so they will just support the artist and move on. But the toxic part of the fandom is always very, very loud, very, very active. So it overall में ऐसा लगता है कि the fandom is only toxic, but ऐसा होता नहीं है. Every field of entertainment has its fair share of toxic fandom. The problem is that because they are so active, they ruin the name of the artist and the fandom. So how I tackle is that I don't give them footage. I don't want to engage with toxic people. My time is very precious for me. My life is very precious for me. If I just keep engaging with toxic people, I will waste my time. Because you cannot do anything to change their opinion. You cannot have a rational discussion with toxic people. So move on, ignore. Ignoring is the best thing to do. Bhavesh Bagra, so which is your favorite Krishna song? Ooh, there are 2-3 songs. One is No Cap, OG, and Na Hai Time. A lot of people don't like that song, but it's one of my favorites. Ankit asked if there was a Malayalam film that you would act, what would it be? I would love to act in a film like The Great Indian Kitchen. Oh man, that'll be a dream come true. Vishal Sawant is asking, how will you describe your life story so far in short? My life story has been pretty conventional till a point, and I think when I decided to leave everything and start something of my own, now it has become more unpredictable and more dynamic. So because when I say conventional, it means that पढ़ाई करो, अच्छे से पढ़ो, मार्क्स लाओ, नौकरी करो, एंड कमाओ, शादी करो, लाइफ चलाओ, फिर आपके बच्चे होंगे, फिर उनको संभालो, फिर आप बूढ़े हो जाओगे. So I think I had sort of chosen the conventional way, but then मेरे दिमाग में कीड़ा आया, and I'm like, I'm leaving my job, let's leave the job, let's do this full time because this is picking up, this looks like I have some potential to talk in front of a camera, so let's try this. So all the planning, the conventional planning went out for a toss. Now I don't know. So I think life has now become more unpredictable. So that's how I would describe my life till now in short. Aro Ansari is like, can we see your husband? जब उनकी मर्जी हो आने की चैनल पे, या जब उनकी मर्जी हो मुझे बोले कि चलो मेरा भी पिक साथ में पोस्ट कर दो इंस्टाग्राम में, then you can see. Couple of people asked me, Mamu का ला लेता, you want me to come to Kerala or not? I'm not answering that. Habib is asking, do you like Malayalis? I like good people. It has nothing to do with somebody being a Malayali or a Tamil or a Bengali or anybody. The person has to be nice. Silver Dagger asks, have you approached Bollywood celebrities with requests for interview? No. I want to start approaching people. I am such a big introvert. I don't know. I still get the jitters. I don't think I am important enough in this platform yet to start approaching. Maybe now if they see 1 lakh subscribers, maybe they'll take me seriously if I approach them. I don't know. Share your opinion in the comments below. Arijit Mitra asks, ma'am, what is your hobby? I love to dance, I love to read, I love to sketch, but that's a hobby that I left. I'm not sketching or painting anymore that much. But I love arts and crafts kind of thing. And what is your favorite food? I am a pasta addict. I can eat pasta every day. Literally every day. I'm not kidding you. Yeah. Anand Krishna asked, who is the inspiration for you to start the channel? So I already took the two channel names, the Real Rejects and Hyper RPG. Now, of course, you know, the people who I loved in Hyper RPG, they have a separate channel, Heroes Reforged. But yeah, these are the two channels which at the beginning really inspired me. Then, of course, Jabby's channel came and OSR. So yeah, four channels. So yes, I think this has become a very long video because I think I've been talking for almost 2 hours non-stop. Looking at the time, I think I've been talking for 2 hours non-stop, and now that it has become dinner time, almost 8 o'clock right now. It's almost 8 p.m. So yeah, which I hope I could answer almost all the questions, but I think I did miss out on a couple. But yeah, it's I'm talking for 2 hours. I'm feeling now a little bit tired, but I think I took most of your questions. And yes, I hope you guys, I think I'll have a really it'll take so much time to edit because you know the raw footage is only 2 hours, so I don't know the actual video is also going to be pretty long, but I'll try and make it as concise as possible. But yes, thank you for all your questions. I hope, I'm really sorry if I couldn't take your particular question because there are too many questions, but I tried to include most of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A and you got to know a little bit more about me and my choices, my preferences, how I think. And once again, thank you so much for helping me reach the milestone of 100K. Very thankful. And yes, I think I'll end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this long ass video, and I'll see you soon on my next one. Bye.